Tennessee, a new anti-drinking campaign has come out, and the way that they're trying to convince young men to stop drinking and driving is to scare them with things like, if you get drunk, you might have sex with a really ugly woman, and no one wants that. It's amazing. All right, so this is a campaign from the Highway Safety Office, the governor's Highway Safety Office. The campaign boasts slogans that refer to girls looking hotter when guys are under the influence, and finding out a marginally good-looking girl later is chatty, clingy, and your boss's daughter has signs that maybe a man has had too much to drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't have gone with the last part. That sounds like a porn category.
Okay, so I didn't know that sleeping with your boss's daughter was like an old adage, which we'll get to in a second. That was one of the responses from a woman who was part of this campaign. And she's like, it was just an old adage. We're having some fun. Like, why? Okay, so why do you want to educate people about the dangers of drunk driving at the expense of women? Mm-hmm. Like you don't want to fuck an ugly girl, do you? You want to fuck a good-looking girl.
And how about women? Do they want to fuck ugly guys?
Thank you. Okay. Right? Okay,
and
so
believe me, we need the help. So, I mean, this could go either direction.
So they also put up, or they started handing out coasters to bars in Tennessee. Here are the examples. Buy a drink for a marginally good-looking girl, only to find out she's chatty, clingy, and your boss's daughter.
Whatever. Okay. But then women see this too. So, like, if you're in a bar and they're like, we're trying to get the men to stop drinking because they'll find out you're ugly.
Yeah.
Okay. Look. I'm not deeply offended. I don't know how you feel about it.
Dude. I mean, I'm amused by it, right? Like, I can laugh at things like this and not take it too seriously. But also, like, how come men are never referred to as chatty? Like, I've met some freaking chatty dudes. I've been on some dates before in the past where, like, I literally said nothing about my personal life or what I do for work. The guy was like, blah, blah, blah. How come guys don't have that reputation?
I think that there is... My wife's a therapist, and so at least anecdotally in her experience and the experience with other therapists she knows, guys do talk less, okay? Now, I'm obviously not in that camp.
Exactly.
I'm chatty for a living, okay? So and a lot of that applies to me. You know, you drink, you might wind up with a chatty guy who's not as good looking as he appeared when you were drunk. Okay. Now, look, this is a bad idea, obviously.
Yeah.
Stick to you could die if you drink and drive, right? That's pretty bad enough.
Yeah.
You don't need to get into the cutesy stuff. I know they were trying to be clever and think outside the box and stuff, but you went in the wrong direction. Like, we're not like, oh my God, you're the worst. But you got to rethink that a little bit.
By the way, can I say something a little vulgar?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay, so let's say you are at a bar and you're really drunk, you have beer goggles, and you have sex with an unattractive person. Who cares? You still busted a nut, right? Like,
I know.
Just enjoy it.
You know what it is? That's actually a good point because it's an ego thing. Because it's not like you didn't enjoy it.
Right.
You clearly enjoyed it, right? But in the morning, you want to be like a tough guy, like, oh yeah, whatever. No, I wouldn't have done that. Oh yeah, I wouldn't have done that. No, mainly. When you're drunk, you do things you kind of want to do anyway.
Thank you.
Okay, let's just keep it real. And then in the morning, you're needlessly thinking,
shame, shame, shame.